All right, welcome back, everybody. Certainly is a crazy weather day. Here we are, April 16th, dealing with snow, and in some locations, a ton of snow across western Mass. It's all about elevation and in the intensity of the snowfall. Of course, in the valley, we don't have any elevation, and we've hardly got any snow on the ground right in the valley. But in just a short distance, we have quite a difference in snow totals. Remember Wednesday, 73 degrees, and now in Springfield, we're sitting at 34 degrees. So when Munson, this photo was sent in from Glenn, this is actually sent around mid-morning where he had 4 inches of snow. Update in Munson now, where there's elevation where he lives at 400 feet, about 6 inches of snow. Now, granted, most of it is on grassy surfaces and trees and things of this nature, but even still, some of the sidewalks and side roads certainly are snow-covered and snow-packed. Just flakes in the valley, very little snowfall from Holyoke to Springfield, but then you get out towards East Long Meadow by the Hamden line with this 2 inches of snow on the ground, still snowing there. You get into Hamden with his 3 inches, Munson 6 inches of snow, Palmer where Don is live, 4 or 5 inches of snow there, and then you add a little bit of elevation, a place like Wales where they're up at 900 feet, 9 inches of snow, and it's still snowing there too. There'll be some spots that come in double digits by the time it's all said and done. And then we have the hill towns and higher terrain where they're picking up quite a bit of snowfall as well. Westfield, by the way, hardly anything on the ground. But you get into its Blandford and up to its Huntington and Worthington, that's where we have 7 or 8 inches of snowfall. But look at it in Springfield, just a few flakes mixed in with the raindrops. And although it's kind of going back and forth, it's just not able to stick here. As you can see, roads are wet, and of course, plenty of grass to be seen here as well. Right along the river, that's where we're seeing the rainfall. But as the intensity of the precipitation picks up, when it comes down really hard, it comes down as snow. And notice these heavier bands out across eastern parts of Hamden and Hampshire County. Meanwhile, it's raining right now in Westfield and points off to the west. So where it's raining, it will stay rain, and for the most part, when it comes down hard, where it's snowing, it'll stay snow. As it lightens up later this afternoon, it'll end to some rain showers, and then it will wind down. But obviously, eastern parts of Hamden County is overachieving, and especially the elevated areas, Brimfield, Holland, Munson, Wales. That's where we're seeing some of the greatest snow totals. While closer to Springfield, West Side, Agawam, Southwick, it is just rain that is coming down. It's all about a degree or two difference. Snow totals, Wales, again, 9 inches of snowfall, Hawley about 7, Goshen 6 inches, Rowe coming in around 6 inches, Munson 6, and Palmer 5. Winter weather advisory in effect still north and west. Notice parts of the area that end up going to get those isolated big snow totals. There are no watches or there are no warnings. Worcester County also coming in with quite a bit of snowfall as well. So your weather headlines, snow and rain this afternoon, depending on where you are. Either way, it's cold. We'll see the snow and rain tapering off as we head into the weekend, breezy and cool. Just a chance of a spot shower. Patriots Day looks decent. But let's check in with meteorologist Don Maher, who has been out in Palmer this morning, and you can see those big flakes coming down there, Don.
Yeah, it's been snowing heavily all morning in this part of eastern Hamden County, Dan. And, you know, as I was driving out here, we were seeing some of those heavier snow bands that you were just talking about coming through. And at times, visibility really got reduced because the snow was coming down so hard. And it's going to continue to do that. You know, you were talking about some of those heavier snow bands still needing to come through eastern parts of Hamden County, which is just going to add to those snowfall amounts as we continue to move through the afternoon. And if we continue to see this heavier snowfall, it's going to be tough for us to see that transition over to rain in eastern parts of Hamden County. You talked about some locations that have already picked up 6 inches. I'd say we're probably closing in on that here in the Palmer area as well. This will start to wind on down, as Dan was just talking about, as we start to head on into the late afternoon and into the evening. As far as the weekend, looks like there will be some improving conditions, but it's still going to be on the cooler side. But at least we're not going to be dealing with the snow that we're dealing with out here right now. And then as we bring Dan Brown back in, Dan, obviously this is good for the drought situation. And as we head on into early next week, we may have a bit of a warm-up coming our way.
Yes,
Spring
indeed.
in New England.
Yep, absolutely. Up and down we go. We may actually touch 70 next week. And yes, absolutely what we needed for the drought situation. I mean, I suppose we could do away with the snow, but we picked up 1 to 2 inches of rainfall, and then, of course, the snow on top of that. So putting and piecing this all together, the overall theme here is the same. If you don't have elevation, you don't have much snow. The higher up you go, the more snow you have. Hence, the snow belts off to the east, and certainly the hill towns and the higher terrain. Let's take a look at the forecast, right? The weekend improvement, but still kind of brisk and chilly. 50 tomorrow, maybe a spot shower around, but most of the day is dry. 50s on Sunday, clouds, a little sun, still breezy. 62 Monday, and we may shoot for 70 on Tuesday. How about that? All right, that's your forecast. We'll have another look in a few minutes.